Good morning and welcome to Morning Matters. This morning again, we are in San Pedro. Drew, what's up?
Good morning, Rhonda.
How are
Good
you,
morning.
Mike?
It's good
How
to
are
get
you?
out here just after the sun comes up.
Yep, it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day here on the island. If you've never been, you must be. We encourage you to come. So, what's new with you? Let me lean back a little bit and find out what's new with you.
Yeah, these chairs are a little difficult for TV anyway.
So, what's new with you?
New with me, not too much. Played a little poker last night.
Lost a little money?
No, I made a little bit.
Like $20?
A little more than that.
All right, $21.
A little more. One day we're gonna get out here in a sailboat and
Whenever
do a
you
show
can
out in a
arrange it.
sailboat.
All right.
The sun's really bright though.
That's
It's not like yesterday.
just part of the charm.
We make it work.
Yep. So,
Somehow, some way. Well, you got big plans for the weekend?
no.
No?
I never have any plans for much. I normally just take it as it comes. You have any plans? You going somewhere?
I have no plans.
Yeah.
I am moving today and tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow is not a good moving day.
Oh, that's right.
But you are moving. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
Very well.
Same
very
building,
well.
different apartment.
Very well. That's how it works. Any matters?
No, but I understand you've got a few in your phone.
Just a few. This one says, I'm in a relationship with a woman that has 7 children. We've only been going down for 3 months. None of the children are mine. Well, I figure that if you've just been going out with him for 3 months. Do you think in the long run, things may be problematic for us?
There's no reason to think it's going to be problematic. But that's a lot to deal with. 7 children, man. That's a tribe.
Yeah,
It's a basketball team with substitutes.
especially if all these 7 children are young and they're living in your space, or you are living in their space. Be careful. I say when you get into relationships, first you must decide what it is that you want from a relationship and what kind of relationship you want. When you start dating a woman with 7 children, it's a huge responsibility. Automatically you become to some degree responsible for 7 children as well, especially if the children are younger than 18. You know,
True.
it's a huge responsibility. If you're not ready for the responsibility, don't get in. Because if you decide that this is not working out for you, it's going to be complicated for you, the children, and her. You don't want to mess up 7 children's lives to any degree,
Well, hopefully he's not going to mess it up.
right?
But that's tough with 7 of them.
It's a
And
lot.
how much, I mean, that's something you guys got to talk about, is how much discipline and rearing of the children you're going to.
It's only been 3
partake
months, and the reason I believe that you ask if it's going to be problems is because you're seeing problems already. Most of the times when
Yeah. Whatever you see right now, it's going to get worse.
whenever you start to ask, it's because you see already signs that you're choosing to ignore. Don't ignore it. It could work because anything can work given the right motivation. But if you're not sure, take your time.
Yes.
I
Where'd you get
live
those
with-
pants, by the way?
Sorry?
Where'd you get those pants, by the way?
I bought them.
Those
You
are
like them?
quite fancy.
Well, thank you. I like them. I have quite a few actually.
Like that?
Very, very similar. Blue one, a black one. It's not your style. That's why I didn't get you any.
Yeah.
You know, but if I go out and I see one that I think is your style, I might get it for you because I know how much you like them.
Okay.
I live with my man, but he's cheating with a girl at his work. What am I to do?
She says it as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're living with him at this point.
Yeah, if you don't like it, there are a few things you can do. You can figure out how to fix it or you can forget it. Those are your options. If it doesn't, obviously it bothers you, is why you send it in. You can't change him, you can only change yourself. You can ask him for what you want. If he's unwilling or incapable of delivering it, then you have to say, is this the kind of life I want to live?
Yes.
And if it isn't, then you have to pack your chops and leave. Sometimes most of the times, we're afraid of change. Even if change is for the better, change is uncomfortable because we're accustomed to doing what we're accustomed to doing. And you already have your house set up and you all live together and everything is physically in its place. But what is most important is not in its place. And sometimes you don't want to change that because you're hopeful. But if when you look at it today and you sit down and you think about it and you say, this is not what I want, I can't deal with it, I can't counsel this strength, then you have to make the change to grow. Without that, you will not get any better.
All right.
I am with a boyfriend, but I have a number that is texting me, telling me all his moves. But the person tells me is go out. But the person is telling me is go out with him. What am I to do? I have a boyfriend, but I have a number that is texting me, telling me,
Some anonymous number is texting him, telling him that he's out running around. Hello, doggy.
yeah. Why don't you have a talk with your man?
Yeah.
Are you all right today?
I don't know if you can. What? No. Get out of here. Go. Go. Go.
Go ahead.
I think you got to be careful. It could just be some disgruntled secret admirer of yours that's just trying to break you up. And you don't want to stir something up where there's no problem. I don't know if you want to bring it up, but tell the person to quit texting you, leave it alone, and deal with your boyfriend.
The person have hidden agenda if he's texting you and then trying to chat you
Yeah,
up.
what's his motivation to be spending so much time
Stalking your dude.
stalking your dude and keeping you informed?
I would cut him off, but I would also pay attention to my dude. Because while the person that's texting could be lying outright, but he could be embellishing some actual facts.
True.
So I would say cut him off, yes, but pay attention to the guy that you are dating. And pay keen attention so that you can figure out if some of the things that he might be saying is true. And if you can deal with that. And if you can't, that doesn't mean you go and deal with the guy that was texting you, but it might be that you might be single.
Yeah. Maybe send a text back, say, who is this? Stop texting me.
Exactly. And how do I know what you're saying is true? And why are you doing it?
I wouldn't even question that. Just tell them to mind their own business. It could be some secret girlfriend that the boyfriend has or had in the past, and she's just trying to stir trouble.
Let it be.
Women are like that, you know.
People are like that.
Women.
You could be like that yourself. I can tell. I see it in you.
Sure.
I have a girlfriend, and every time I call and ask she if I could come look for she say, you ready. But I guess it's supposed to be, it says when you ready, but every time when I want to she no want. So I tell she I feel like she to draw away from me. And she just say, nah. So what you think? She no love me again. She must got somebody else? Question mark.
I'm not, with all that Creo in there, I'm not sure I understood correctly.
Well, then he sends another one. He says, good morning, I'm 17 years old. And then he continues with the same, with the similar text. He says, I love your show and always hear people to complain and ask for advice. So now that my time. He says,
right.
I got a girlfriend and I really love she. She tell me I need for man up. So I stop school, find a job and buy up my things and the rent one house. And now she no want to come live with me. I don't understand why. Maybe she must have got somebody else.
Oh, maybe you got your wires crossed with what man up means. That's, I guess that's what should have been cleared up beforehand. First of all, I don't know why you dropped out of school.
Get yourself back in a school, and the best man you can be is an educated man.
Yes.
A man that is kind and loving and genuine and mature to his fullest. And at 17, you're just a child. You need to get back into school to be the best man that you can be, to live the best life that you can be, to provide the best home that you can provide in the future. I know you think you love this girl, and while that is okay because that is where you are at this time, you need to realize that you're going to grow. And as you grow, you're going to mature, and things are going to seem different, and there's just so much more ahead of you.
Exactly. And don't, man up. She may have wanted a ring on her finger. She may want to get married, not just go play house together.
Yeah, but at 17, you're not ready for any of that.
Exactly.
Let her be.
And don't let, as long as you're being the best person you can be and you think you're doing the best man up job as you see it, that's all you can do. Don't try to please somebody in that situation. Just be who you are. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
You know, Drew, it's funny what society has taught certain people. Hey.
It's mine. Go.
Yeah, it's funny what society has taught certain people to be manly. Some people think that you're manly when you can have children. Some people that think that you're a man when you can pay your own bills. But it's a combination of all of those things and more that makes you a man. You know, you
Right.
have to be prepared mentally, physically, spiritually to be a true man and to be head of a household. And you can't do that well if you are not equipped. And one of the ways that you can equip yourself is to become educated. You know, so young girls out there, don't look for a man just because he says nice things or drives a nice car or is willing to have a child with you or have some money in his pocket. You have to look beyond that to find a real man.
Exactly.
And the real men out there need to start equipping the young boys with what being a real man is, and stop saying that it's cool to be a Romeo boy, and if you have this and if you do this then you're a real man. That doesn't make you a man, it makes you a dysfunctional male.
Exactly. Try to find a role model, an older role model that you can talk to about being a man. Was that your dog? Did
No,
he
I don't
follow
have
you
any
here?
dogs. That would be a strong dog to be able to swim from the mainland
What's
to
your
here.
dog's name?
What's my dog's name?
What's your dog's name? Oh, there's two of them.
What is my dog's name?
Did he lick this or?
He kind of, are you drinking it? He kind of sniffed it up. But you do realize that he was sniffing another dog, so there you go.
Oh, I saw him sniffing the dookie over there.
I don't have a dog. I really, it's just a lot of responsibility that I'm not ready for.
He's annoying everybody, even the other dog.
That dog's name must be Drew. Just getting on everybody else's nerves. Good morning. I am seeing this guy. We've been off and on for years, but it seems to be getting much more serious lately. We both have children. I have 2 and he has 1. Now he wants to meet. Now he wants to meet my kids. And he is a rude boy, and I am concerned to have this type of guy around them. He treats me like a queen, but can he love my children the same? Should I be safeguarding them?
Yes. Be very, very careful.
Guess what?
My opinion, you don't bring them around your children until you've got a good idea they're going to be a stability and around for a long time.
I wouldn't bring him around my children simply because you are not sure. And you can't let
That's what I
me,
say.
that's sitting on TV, tell you to bring him around your children when in your gut, because you are the one seeing him, you are the one knowing him. Don't bring him around your children.
I think most people deep down, they know what the right answer is.
Yes.
But this guy's probably persistent and come on, and it makes her question everything, and they just want, You know, stand up for yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with it, tell him you don't feel comfortable with it.
Unless he makes a commitment to you that will include your children, and I don't mean...
What?
Like trying to marry you.
Well, why would he marry him before he's met the whole family?
He knows they exist.
True.
So why should she bring him into their lives and then after 3 months he's gone?
That's why she's got to feel comfortable with that.
I mean,
and if you don't think he's going to treat the children well,
why bother?
You know, why continue with the relationship? Unless it's just passing of time you want.
I would say this. It depends on how he is introduced to the children. He can know the children as your friend because people have friends. So you can introduce him to your children on a casual level like you would introduce the neighbor or whatever the case is, depending on how old your children are. So that you can see his interaction to some degree. But don't introduce him as your boyfriend. Don't be all cuddly. Don't introduce him as a part of or an extension of your family or extension of you or a couple. None of that. If you introduce him, this is Mr. Drew, that's it. Mr. Drew then will strike up conversation with
perhaps meet
Mary
for
Jane.
Lunch, meet for dinner.
I'd say daylight hours if the children are involved.
This is my friend Tom.
Yes, if it's the children are involved, it should be daylight hours in my mind. Not for dinner, but for lunch. Or afternoon on a Saturday or whatever the case is.
Fair enough. And that's probably better than bringing him into the home and introducing them there.
And don't introduce him as your boyfriend. He is Mr. John or Mr. Brown or Mr. Tom Jones or whatever the case is, but he is just that. And see how it goes. He is not a part of your family.
And make it clear you don't want him hugging up, kissing up in front of the kids.
He can't touch you, no public affection. Because then, if that is what you want, then fine, but I wouldn't go any further than that. And he would not be spending the whole day with me on that occasion. After dinner or whatever, he'll be going his way and I'll be going mine.
And that would be a good test, I think.
Exactly. And a few of those.
Because kids can act up at dinner or at a restaurant.
Exactly.
See how well he tolerates that.
And see what the conversation is like.
Yeah.
The conversation is important. And then you can go from there. But I wouldn't bring him in if he's not permanent in my life. Your children don't need the roller coaster. You can't lose what you've never had. You can't keep what's not yours, and you can't hold on to something that doesn't want to stay. Amen. That's the thought for today. On that note, we're going to take a break and be back. New Buildings Limited is the company of choice when it comes to design, fabricating, and erection of wide-span metal buildings in Belize. At New Buildings, we have a team of well-trained professionals that can produce the most innovative and durable metal structures. Be it domestic or industrial buildings, we can get it done for you. We have put together some of the most outstanding metal structures in the country. We also do estimates and consulting. Visit New Buildings in Spanish Lookout or give them a call at 631-8723 or 610-5185. New Buildings Limited, the experts when it comes to metal structures in Belize.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation, because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
Looking for quick and easy baking? Try Grace Baking Powder. It comes in a convenient 10-gram packet. Grace Baking Powder. Great for my pancakes, waffles, fry jack, flour tortillas, muffins, waffles. Wow! How quick and easy. Grace Baking Powder. So convenient, easy to store. You love it. It's good enough and fresh whenever you need it. Another fine product brought to you by Grace. For recipes, go to gracerecipes.com. It's time for Grace. Grace, bringing good taste to life.
Aeropost is now making shopping easier and much more convenient. You can now shop from the comfort of your own home and have your goods delivered to you with no additional cost in as little as 7 working days. No credit card? No problem. Come on down to our office at number 1 Mott Street in Belize City and we will assist you with your shopping. No order too small or large for us to ship. Be it cell phone, TV, jewelry, shoes or clothing, we have exactly what you're looking for. At Aeropost, your favorite shopping spot is only 1 click away. Aeropost. You shop, we ship, we deliver. Give us a call at 223-4349 or visit us at number 1 Mott Street in Belize City.
With the high cost of fuel these days, every fill-up can be a curiously scary experience. Rising gas prices have transformed to the point where it feels like it can cost you the shirt off your back. That's why we created Lucas fuel-saving motor oils. Their special additives increase compression and minimize friction, improving fuel mileage. With Lucas, you'll keep from losing your shirt, or even worse.
We've been working with Hummingbird for about 3.5 years, and since the beginning of the relationship, we've been very impressed with the quality of their work and their professionalism. They provide great service. They're very easy to work with, which is really nice. And if anything ever happens and the furniture needs to be repaired or fixed, they're great about sending service people out here. We've gotten great feedback from the buyers of our condos about the quality of the couches we use and the chairs we use. And I could highly recommend working with them in the future.
You're tuned into this morning show, and Rhonda's here to let you know it matters. Morning matters. You'll face today with confidence. She'll never leave you in suspense. The answer's coming. Morning matters. Now come on, Rhonda, we're all tuned in to hear you reason without questioning what's the matter. Morning Matters.
Welcome back to Morning Matters right here in San Pedro. How you doing, sir?
San Pedro, Belize.
Yes. How you do?
I do well.
You sure? You're sure?
I'm sure.
I feel like there's something you want to tell me, but you're not brave enough.
Nothing.
Nothing? Very well. This one says, what if you live with this person and she is beating up on you, but you don't want to leave because you love this person? What to do?
Sit there and continue to take the abuse.
I would say,
I don't know why people think, well, I love them, so I need to tolerate so much.
it's okay to love them from far, but you have to love yourself too.
You don't have to ruin your life because of it.
You have to
or
love
suffer.
you. And if you can't love and respect you, then how can you expect somebody else to love and respect you? I'd say let them go. Loving yourself is more important than anything else. You have to love yourself because of you have to live with. And if you love yourself, you don't want to make nobody mistreat you. You want to value you enough to know that not worth your hassle.
True. The same way you have boundaries of how you treat people, you need to have your own boundaries of how you allow people to treat you.
Yes. Me and this man have been going out for 3 years. He older than me. He take care of me to the fullest. His sister says that I'm too young for him. She tell him that I was cheating on him. I stopped to go party just because I love him so much. I don't know how to please them.
You know?
Who are you trying to please?
Yeah.
Them?
You're supposed to please your mate.
Two people supposed to get pleased. You and your spouse.
As long as you two get along and you know what's going on, that's all that matters.
Don't worry about the noise. Pay attention to what's happening in your home. If you happy and the guy you're dating happy, then everybody happy. And stop entertaining the sister.
Exactly.
And if the man really believed the sister, you would not be sitting in the home. So don't worry about that. Just be the best person that you can be and everything will be fine. I am dating this man. He knows that I have a child already. He loves my son. But now I am pregnant, and I'm afraid to tell my mom because she will flip. What shall I do?
Sounds like she's still living in her mother's house.
I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder.
And
She's
if that's the
dating a man.
case, no wonder she'd flip. That's another mouth for her to feed.
Maybe she would flip for different reasons. Maybe she would flip because she say you have 2 children and no stability, because she might not think that the man that you are dating right now is stable enough, or whatever the case is. Maybe the relationship is new is why she would flip. Maybe she's hoping that you would have gotten married before you had another child. Lots of reasons I can see why she would probably flip. But guess what? You have to tell her it's growing inside of you.
That's
She
right.
will know.
It doesn't matter if she'll flip or not. She's got to know.
She needs, if she's gonna flip, she'll flip, and she'll flip right back because it's your mother. Be careful. Be careful. You know, when you bring children into this world, it's a huge decision. It's not just by the way. It's something major. You know, that is somebody that you have to care for the rest of their lives to a great degree. It's somebody that you have to see through school. You have to feed. You have to nurture. You have to love. You have to take care of them. If you are ready for that, and that is a huge commitment that you can't walk away from. You can't change your mind. Once you're pregnant, you're in. So you're already in. Be careful. Make good decisions. Try and make the child or the children, the 2 children, have the best life that they can have. You know, and go from there. Pray a lot. You will need it.
Exactly.
I have 2 kids, and my gal, she never want to take care of the children. I love she.
Well, I assume that's not his gal is not the kid's mother.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, there's a big difference there. If it's not the kid's mother, it's not her responsibility. And if you're looking for somebody that's going to take care of the kids, then find that out before you even start dating them.
Well, let's
And make that a requirement.
Let's assume that it is the mother of the children. Let's assume that he had a child, because I think that that would be more practical thing, that he's saying that she's not a good mother to the children. If she was not a good mother to the first one, why did you make a second one? But at the end of the day, that's water under the bridge now.
Sometimes you don't, when they're a baby, you don't know that they're not a good mother.
True. Maybe what you can do is get a little counseling for the family. Maybe she doesn't know how. Maybe it's not that she doesn't want, but she can't. She's not equipped to take care of them.
True.
Maybe she's going through something, you know. So while you're calling her lazy, she might be depressed. These things happen. And when you're not aware, then it gets out of hand. Because I can't imagine a mother not wanting to take care of her child. Something has to be wrong. Right? So I would say seek a little counseling and see how that goes. Support her as best as you can. Don't beat her down. Maybe help her out. Be kind to her. And counsel the relationship. Obviously, you want the relationship.
That's assuming that it is the child's mother.
That's assuming that it is the child's mother. If it isn't the child's mother and you have 2 children and she's not taking care of them, she gotta go. Talk done. Because when she got you as a single father, if that is the case, she should have been aware of the responsibilities. Yes.
You don't know that that's her responsibility. It's not her children.
If they all living together, it is her responsibility.
Not to raise them.
Yes, to help to
No.
raise them.
Help, not do it all.
But if he's out working and she's
How did
sitting
he
at
word
home,
that again?
Huh?
How did he word that again?
I have one girl. I'm assuming that it is his.
And that she doesn't watch them. She doesn't
take care of them.
She's not supposed to take care of them.
I know
She
how
can be
Creole
there to
writes.
help, but it's not her responsibility. It's yours.
Yes.
They're not her kids.
And why it is yours, it is your responsibility to find somebody that will deliver what you want.
If that's what you're looking for.
If that is
sure.
what you are looking for. Yes, I agree with that. When you get into the relationship with a man or a woman that have children, the discussion has to be had, especially if these children are younger than 18. Because now I know what you say, but I know what the reality is. The reality is that it is, if we are going to live under the same roof, there are certain things that need to be taken care of in this home.
True. And it's not her job to take care of the kids.
It is their
It's
job.
her job to help.
To help. And by helping, she needs to do certain things. She can't be sitting down in the sofa while the picnic need to eat, while he out sweating. No, man.
If that's the case.
If that is the case. And he must be a reasonable father to have had the children.
But he can't be out in the bar while she's minding his kids.
No. I agree that. I agree with that. But let's say everything is equal. And he's out working. And she's also out working. And in the evening when they come home, nobody wants to, like she doesn't want to help to take care of the children. Maybe he might be doing something. No. I think when you get into a relationship, especially if there's children involved, you have to be fair. You have to be open. You have to have the conversation. And the conversation needs to be that we will both take care of these children. I will need your assistance to take care of these children. I don't say be their mother, but I just say in this house, for this home to function, we have roles to play. And everybody have to play their roles to the best of their ability.
I agree.
Talk done. She can't just come in there and add more add more burden. No.
Well, he didn't say she added more burden.
You know what, Drew? No.
Don't read more into it.
I am with this guy for 4 years and now I am pregnant. Have baby in a few days. I have 2 children before with him and my kids can't get along. I have 2 children before him, and he and my children can't get along. He said they give too much trouble. And he don't worry about their lunch money or nothing with them. He just worry about them talking or playing. Everything they do around him is a problem. He on the other side, I think I guess he's had a thing that he's still sleeping with his baby mother because she always texts and call. And it's never about the kids. She's just a pain. And he never tell her to stop. And he just never says anything about her. But she has his bank book. That's a real pickle.
It sounds like he's got his women right where he wants them. I think you have to question why you're in this relationship.
She pregnant now.
Well, you can't just sit there and point out all these faults in the guy, and you're not going to change him.
And then get pregnant for her.
Yeah, it's one bad decision after another. Stop making the bad decisions and do what's best for your children. And bringing more children in with a derelict father is a bad decision.
But guess what? She already in. So she needs to figure out what she will do next.
He's not helping. And you're not going to change his mind.
She is assuming that he's sleeping with the girl. She don't know.
She said he is.
Yeah, that's in her head. She not sure.
How can you read all that into stuff?
She says, I think he has a thing with this girl still.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, I would say if I was in this situation, which I pray to goodness I would never get into, I would step back and I would realize that at this time I need to be in the best possible frame of mind for the child that's inside of me because I need a healthy baby. That takes precedence. Also, the 2 children that you have, this guy seemingly is not a good example for them in the condition that he is in now. I would sit down with him when he comes from work or whatever this evening, that's assuming that he has a job. I would list out my issues and I would give possible suggestions as how to take care of them. Because when you tell him all the problems with no solution, he will say you're just complaining.
Well, I would start with the biggest issue, the biggest problem.
Which is?
And I don't know.
Okay.
In her mind, whatever is the biggest problem. And talk to him about it and ask for some changes.
Yes.
And if he's sincere and wants to try and work on things, okay. If he says, oh, babe, no, you're talking out, and it's you just mind your own self.
Yes.
And things continue on the way they are, why stay?
No, I agree with you. But I would give him the opportunity to be clear with him. And once you...
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
Well, it's not that simple, but it's a start. And everything needs a start. And if 2 people are committed enough to the change, then the change will come. But as opposed to just pack up your traps and leave, that solves nothing.
That's
you
true.
already have a family with this man.
But obviously things have to change.
Things have to change, but you have to
Your
request
bad
a
decisions
change.
is a big one.
But that is behind her now. Those things are done. We can only...
No, but she's got to not make those bad decisions anymore.
Yes, but at the point she has to deal with what exists, and what exists...
And tolerating that situation is a bad decision.
I agree. When the man come home, sit down, have a conversation with him, tell him what it is that you would like change, Tell him how you would like it changed, and if he agrees, then you work on it. If he's saying la la la, you say, you know what, babe, well, then maybe we need a little counseling. If he agrees to go to counseling with you, then that is one more step in the right direction. Take it. There's free counseling in Belize City. Go find it and use it.
If he's not willing to recognize the...
Well, how we know till we ask? It needs
Well,
to
I
be
know,
addressed.
but I thinking counseling isn't gonna go anywhere.
If somebody is willing to invest their time in going, most of the time they're willing to invest their time in
Well,
executing.
If he would invest his time in just trying to understand his woman.
Sometimes communication is so poor, and she might not be able to communicate well, and he might not be able to communicate well. Together is a big problem. They need a mediator. Sometimes the counselor, all he or she will have to do is sit down and listen, you know. Because now I am finally hearing you. When you start to talk, now you have all of my attention and listening. In the house, I wasn't listening because all I was doing is thinking about my answer.
Okay.
I have my baby father who cheated on me with my brother's wife, but he denies it to the fullest. But I don't trust him anymore and have fallen in love with somebody else. What can I do?
What's the relationship right now?
She has a baby father that has cheated on her, and she obviously is still with her because she's cheating with somebody else, and she wants to know what to do.
It's just her baby's father?
Yeah. You're no better than him. That is the bottom line. You are no better than him.
Well,
That's the truth.
I don't, if it's just the baby's father, why, how can he be cheating if that's all he is?
Because they're living together.
You read that in there?
If you have a baby father that you are with, if you are committed to him, she would not have termed it cheating if she was not committed.
Well,
Or if
that's,
the relationship should not have been committed.
I guess I need to learn to read between the lines.
Yes, you need to download that function in your head. But what I
Yeah,
would
he's
say,
cheating, but she fell in love, and that's not cheating.
exactly. A lot of times
Come on.
people are saying, oh, he's this, but I'm doing this. You are no better than him
Yeah,
when
he
you two
caused
are
me
cheating.
to go do this.
No. You are all cheating. My question is, why are you trying to be together?
Yeah.
You're both cheaters. So as opposed to start another cheating, lying relationship that will go nowhere, because most relationships that start out like that end up like that. It only shows one thing, that two people are cheaters.
Yep.
You see what you're getting before
And you're
you
gonna
get
hop from guy to guy to guy.
it. Step back and center your soul. Be the bigger person. If a man's cheating on you and you don't want a cheating relationship, don't go and start one yourself. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
Leave
Before
that
that
alone.
happens, get out of the relationship.
Exactly. Free yourself of that burden. Not go and create the same kind of problem in your head. On that note, we're going to take a break and come back.
With the high cost of fuel these days, every fill-up can be a curiously scary experience. Rising gas prices have transformed to the point where it feels like it can cost you the shirt off your back. That's why we created Lucas fuel-saving motor oils. Their special additives increase compression and minimize friction, improving fuel mileage. With Lucas, you'll keep from losing your shirt, or even worse.
Seaboard Marine, a leader in ocean transportation, is now offering services to Belize. Offering the fastest and most reliable transit to Belize, Seaboard Marine is the #1 choice for shipping. We offer shipping of less than container loads, such as boxes, barrels, and chilled cargo. Full, dry, and refrigerated containers, project cargo, heavy and special equipment, vehicles, and more. We have sailings from Canada, Houston, New Orleans, Miami, the Caribbean, Central and South America. Seaboard Marine offers the most competitive rates with a fast and dependable shipping schedule, excellent customer service, and a convenient location with plenty of parking. Visit our office, website, or call us for more information.
We've been working with Hummingbird for about 3.5 years, and since the beginning of the relationship, we've been very impressed with the quality of their work and their professionalism. They provide great service. They're very easy to work with, which is really nice. And if anything ever happens and the furniture needs to be repaired or fixed, they're great about sending service people out here. We've gotten great feedback from the buyers of our condos about the quality of the couches we use and the chairs we use, and I could highly recommend working with them in the future.
New Buildings Limited is the company of choice when it comes to design, fabricating, and erection of wide-span metal buildings in Belize. At New Buildings, we have a team of well-trained professionals that can produce the most innovative and durable metal structures. Be it domestic or industrial buildings, we can get it done for you. We have put together some of the most outstanding metal structures in the country. We also do estimates and consulting. Visit New Buildings in Spanish Lookout or give them a call at 631-8723 or 610-5185. New Buildings Limited, the experts when it comes to metal structures in Belize.
Whichever suits you better. Grace coconut milk is your best choice for taste. Good as homemade, only more convenience.
Grace, bringing good taste to life.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation, because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
You're tuned into this morning show, and Rhonda's here to let you know it matters. Morning matters. You'll face today with confidence. She'll never leave you in suspense. The answer's coming. Morning matters. Now come on, Rhonda, we're all tuned in to hear you reason with or questioning what's the matter. Morning matters.
Welcome back to Morning Matters, right here in San Pedro. We're on the beach of the beautiful Banana Beach Resort, and behind me is the beautiful Caribbean Sea with Cuba, probably 300 miles, 200 miles maybe, in case you don't know where that is. Rhonda, you have some matters?
Boy, trying to find them, you know.
Oh.
It's not easy to find them sometimes.
Your dog's drinking the salt water. That's not good
That's
for
not
him.
good for him, but it's not my dog. If I had a dog, he would be inside or
It's
on
a
a
lovely
leash.
blouse, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad you noticed it.
Yes, indeed. Find him?
I found them. This one says, I've been with my boyfriend for 5 months now, but since I said yes, I haven't seen. He always says he will try for us to meet, but at the end, it's not so. I haven't broken up with him because I want to see what he got up.
Since she said what?
How to treat
yes
me.
to what?
Should I wait? I don't understand.
I don't either. Since she said yes to what?
And she sent another one. She says, hi, I'm with my guy for 5 months now. But since I says, yes to the relationship, she sent one and then she sent another one that says, since I said yes to the relationship, I haven't seen him since. It's a long distance thing. And every time I make plans to meet, he doesn't make it. I haven't broken up with him yet because I want to see what he's up to. He says, I am the only one, but had many girls before. What am I to do?
You know, if it's not working for you, it's not working. And you've made the effort to get together, and at some point you just gotta decide whether this is the kind of relationship you want and tolerate it, or you say, this is not working for me, babe. I want somebody here, I want to see him regularly.
I don't understand.
I wouldn't worry about whether he's seeing somebody else or had many gal before. It's not working for you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're hopeful for. I don't know what you're looking for to change, but what is presented to you is not what you want. Let it be. It's only 5 months. You know, maybe
Well,
he just.
yeah, and I mean, some of that's a timing thing. I mean, were you getting along good for 4.5 months, and then when you said yes, you've tried twice to get together and it hasn't worked? Or were you with him for a month and said yes and you haven't seen him since? That wouldn't work for me.
No, and if there is no communication in my mind, then there is no relationship. Right? Some people like the chase. Maybe that's what he was into, the chase. Now that he's caught, he's gone to chase something else. But if, like Drew says, if it's not working, then it's not working. Morning, I live with a man for 11 years and I pay most of the bills. He says it's because I make more money. How do I deal with this?
It's tough to backpedal.
You set up the rules and you to play the game.
Yeah, you fell into that, and now it's going to be hard to backpedal. I don't know why I would discuss who makes more money, but that may or may not be true. And even if it is, if you're married, it's not a big deal.
But
that's why if you're not married and you're just cohabitating, split them. And just say, hey, this isn't fair. This is not a socialist country.
Well, if they've been together
Split 'em
for 11
50-50.
years, they have 50-50 rights right now.
Split them 50-50. But after 11 years, it's going to be hard.
After 11 years...
Because I guarantee if it was the other way around, I doubt that he would be paying most of the bills. Unless you're totally unemployed.
I would say this is something that you have fostered for 11 years. It's not going to be overnight for you to get rid of it. Maybe one thing at a time. Maybe you approach one bill at a time, one day at a time. So if you're paying light, water and everything, you say, well, babe, I need a little help with the rent this month. Or I need a little help with the water this month. You think you can handle that? Be kind in your approach. That is the best I can advise you, simply because you have allowed it to get out of hand. And you can't just come down with him this month and say, look, these are the bills, 50% for you and 50% for me.
I know,
because that is not how life is.
Well, it should be.
That's not how she set it up to start with.
It depends what most entails. Is it you pay $30 more a month, which isn't any big deal, or are you paying the rent and all the bills and he buys breakfast once in a while?
I would say sit down and renegotiate your situation. Maybe you are saying that you pay all the bills, but he might pay all the maintenance for the house. He might buy all the groceries. He might be buying all the clothes, everything else.
Might pay for car repairs.
You understand? So while you might think that you are doing 100, he's also doing his 100. But if he's doing nothing or very little, then you need to pull him up.
I would take stock in what he is doing around the household and for the household. Maybe put a budget together.
Yes.
Say, here's the expenses, here's what I think is fair.
And I need your help. How to approach a situation where my girlfriend is frequently looking at her ex's pictures on Facebook, and when I approach her, she gets mad. How you know that? You know what I like about Facebook? You can't tell who's been watching who unless you're standing over their shoulder.
I think you just ignore it. As long as the relationship between you two is fine. If she wants to stalk somebody on Facebook and waste her time with that, so be it.
That's okay.
But if she's obsessed with it and she's neglecting her other duties because of it, then it's a problem. Eventually she'll quit.
I live with my guy for 8 years. He's 47 and I am 28. And he doesn't want me to go anywhere. Not around my friends and family. And when I do, he gets upset. What do I do in that case?
Find a new boyfriend.
No. No.
Oh, I would explain to him, you're not a prisoner. You have a life. You're allowed to see your family and friends, just as he should be.
Exactly. You will be kind to him. You will set down the rules. You will invite him if he wants to come when you see your friends and family. If he chooses not to, then that's on him. The same way he get mad is the same way he will have to get pleased. Because life is not about that kind of control.
You didn't agree to be in jail.
Exactly. So sit down with him and tell him what you would want from him. Explain to him how this is affecting you. And if he really and truly loves you, there will be a compromise. If he doesn't, then that's another matter. This one says, I am with a married man for over 10 years. The man said one of these days he will come and live with me because he's getting tired of quarreling every day when he goes home with his wife. Do you think I should believe him?
What? Say that again.
I am with a married man for 10 years. The man said that one of these days he will come and live with me because he's getting tired of the quarreling when he goes home to his wife. Do you think I should believe him?
Yes. He hasn't led you wrong for 10 years, has he? I say this over and over again. If that's the case, then say, fine. When you left her, come give me a call. Maybe I'll still be available. Until then, he's not going to leave his wife.
10 years he with you, he now have no motivation for leaving his wife. He like the situation how it is. And his wife like the situation to some degree, and you like the situation. So that is just, it is what it is. He's not going to be yours.
He's not going to leave.
He's not going to leave. Unless she put out. And chances are she won't put him out.
Yeah, in the meantime, if you like it the way it is, so be it.
I say leave
But
it.
don't expect him to leave. He's not going to leave.
And why I think if anybody should do the leaving, it's you, because you're doing one thing. You are ensuring that you never get your own husband. You're ensuring that your life, that your family will always include somebody else, because your family, you're a part of their family. That is just the kind of relationship you have. You're a part of their family. Everybody knows about everybody. It's one big mess. And it seems that you guys are functioning in it. It is what it is. If you don't like it, leave it.
There you go.
Good morning from Lords Bank. Well, good morning there. Do you think long distance relationship can work? I think the person said that already. Anything can work if the people that are involved are committed to it. Anything. I mean, there are a lot of military wives out there.
It depends what your definition of work is. But at any rate, it's good for some people and not good for others. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. The same way marriage is not for everybody. Dating is not for everybody. If it works for you, then it works. I live with my man for 15 years. He's cheated on me 3 times. He keeps walking in and out of our lives. We have 1 son together. I love him, but I don't want to leave. I am afraid it will affect our son. What am I to do?
Well, your son is being affected right now. So I think you got to think of what is in the best interest of the son and what's in your best interest. Him walking out isn't in and out isn't beneficial to anybody. And I think the next time he does it, you just leave the door locked. Don't let him back in, except to see the son.
I agree. He obviously doesn't want, really. Maybe the only reason he's still coming back is because he also feels attached to the son. But if both of you can sit down and say, look, this is not working for us, how can we best function as parents to this child if we can't function as husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever the case is, and then take it from there?
Right.
Because you say he cheated on you 3 times, that's 3 times you know about. He cheated on you many, many times. Several times. Multiple times.
Oh, let's not get carried away.
It's the truth.
Jeez.
It's the truth. All right.
He probably had to.
Excuse me?
He probably had to.
Why?
Because of the way she treated him.
Moving right along. When a lot of times we say we don't want we don't want to affect our children. But you know what your son is seeing? Your son is seeing a wife or a mother that is frail and weak and doesn't stand up for herself. He's seeing a father that is abusive and disrespectful. And you know what he's formulating in his mind? That this is how a family should be.
Right.
And this is not the example you want to set for him.
I don't know if it's a male or female child, but you don't
It's a
want
son.
the son. And you don't want your son treating his wife that way.
Exactly. You don't want a son treating
He needs to at least see some example of that being wrong behavior.
Yes. You don't want your son to treat his girl that way, and you don't want your son to expect his girl to be the way you are. You understand? Because he might find a girlfriend and say, well, my mother tolerated it. My mother loved my father enough that she stayed through all that abuse. Why can't you love me that way? And that might be his measure of love, which is not right.
Right.
So you have to sit down with this child. He's, I would imagine, somewhere between 0 and 15 if you've been with him for 15 years. And do what is best for him. Expose him to the things that will impact his life in a positive way. This is not helping him. This is confusing him more than anything else.
Right.
You don't want that. I just had a baby a month ago. It's a son. And his dad left me. He's been telling me for months that he's going to leave, but he never did. Until finally he decided to leave. But he took his keys for the house. How do I handle this?
Change the locks.
Yes.
If he doesn't give the keys back, I would just change them anyway, even if he gives them back. He told you he was leaving, he left.
You know?
I think she said he kept his keys because she's hopeful he'll come back. Change the locks. Don't expect him to come back.
Don't allow him back.
Well, that's his son though, isn't it?
The relationship with the son has nothing to do with the relationship
Well,
with
he
me.
has to be able to come see the son.
Don't allow him back in your home as a
Right.
permanent place for his residence. Because somebody that walks out at you on you when you need them most is not and come back when it's convenient for him is not the kind of guy you want in your life.
True.
Let him be. Strengthen yourself, keep your son safe, and continue to live your life. You know, don't get another man to fill the position. Spend some time with you and the baby for a while. Figure out what it is that you will do with your life. Maybe you'd go to school or whatever it is, and go from there. It's not the end of the world. You will not die. If he wants to be a father to the child, great. If he doesn't, then there are other options that you can take to ensure that he supports the child. But other than that, I wouldn't worry about him too much. My focus would be me and the child.
Right.
Morning Matters is winding down.
Who started that wind?
Huh?
Who started that wind? Looks like the tours are getting ready to head out.
Time is what started that wine. I will have to say that we're wrapping up from here, guys. Until next time, we encourage you to take care of yourselves and each other. This is Rhonda Crichton along with
Drew.
Saying goodbye.
Bye.